Yes.
Now, you've seen Star Wars.
No.
You remember Holo Chess.
Yes.
The guy who designed the original Holo Chess sequence in the original Star Wars movie, and they also brought him back for Force Awakens. Spoilers. Spielers. I don't know why I just said it like that. They had a cameo of that.
Yes.
He actually is really cool. I don't know. They had a video a while back where he actually modeled those characters. It's all stop motion, and they brought that original guy back. His name is Phil Tippett. He is actually designing a game of his own that is taking that Holo Chess idea and trying to make an actual game around it. So it's supposedly VR and AR. So I think this is really interesting because we've talked about VR, but not as much about AR, which is augmented reality, meaning like Microsoft has the HoloLens where you would look at a table and actually see something, or if you've had a 3DS, the little cards that came with it, the thing pops up. And this is going to be like, they call it a CCG, digital game, but all the monsters and the creatures are actual models from clay that he designed for the game. And to me, that's if the game is good, that's the coolest thing about it.
Is it going to play like Magic okay, you know what, this is better. If it's going to play like Yu-Gi-Oh! When the monsters just sort of stand there or is this going to play more like move them around?
There is a field, and it is tactical. You can move them next to each other, like Summoner Wars or something like that.
Okay.
And I believe, but probably, but still along the same lines as Hearthstone Magic type gameplay, but with that movement involved. But I mean, what do you think about like that? The possibilities of AR for games.
Well, I mean, I can't think of anyone who wouldn't love the possibility, who's ever played Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff, to have like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Disc and just be like, see your monster pop out on the field or something.
Right. I know when I was a kid, I read this book called The Seventh Tower. I probably talked about it before with you, not on the show. And I know you didn't read it. And I was like, come on, nobody else read this book? But I think it was actually like, George Lucas, read it and told him they could put his name on it. I didn't write it though at all, but they had a kind of similar card game like that. I feel like every good fantasy universe has some crazy card game where you can see the monsters come to life and stuff.
Because it's sort of like the next step we've always wanted to do. I mean, being able to see not just the 2D artwork, the ability to literally see it pop up and interact. Like, I know. One of the Magic cards I saw a joke about I showed you from the newest Magic set is called Burning Within when you see someone catching on fire. Imagine you could see the card, the card you target, just see light on fire from the inside out or something.
Yes, no, that would be, or even cooler. What stuff like if there was something hidden, like if there was a trap card or whatever, but only your goggles could see it. That would be really neat, an easy way to keep track of things. And then, I don't know, if you could apply it even to traditional board games, like if in Battlestar, if you could see ships flying around instead of a token. Well, you'd still have to have a token, though, that's the thing. Well, I guess you wouldn't necessarily if everybody's wearing them.
Yeah, it depended on how you designed it. If it's AR, the problem is we need to think AR versus VR.
Right. Yeah, which is...
And, of course, we should mention that... we are still both very excited about VR coming out, so that probably doesn't help this.
Right, we want it all.
But the biggest selling point then, if this is going to go through, it has to be the character design. Those models got to be really cool looking.
Yeah, well, from what we've seen, and you showed a little bit of the video, they look pretty cool. If you've seen Holo Chess, they look like that.
But I mean, he's got to have enough unique ones, maybe not just a couple. He needs which
true.
Of course is really difficult.
Yeah.
But the one thing that's nice for him, compared to, I'd say, let's think of Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh, which have been around for a while. Think how many different cards, in essence, models they would have to do if they wanted to do something like this.
Oh, yeah.
He started from scratch.
Right.
So he's not going to have people don't add this guy back in.
Yeah, that would be nice. Why isn't Beaver Warrior there? I would be the only one.
Love Beaver Warrior.
But I would like to see more special effects designers like that get into designing things for games. Not even if they don't design the game themselves, just...
Well, no, cool. Yeah, I would love a game that does that kind of stuff.
This guy worked on Jurassic Park too, and a bunch of other kind of of those old style motion movies. I forget it's called Hologrid, I think, and it's coming out someday. I don't know if they have an actual date for it, but if you're a fan of science fiction in the future, You may enjoy that as well.